Okay, good morning and welcome to Mo Knows featuring me, Monica Mo Justice. Hey, all right. I stopped to get me some breakfast this morning, so I'm gonna eat my breakfast while we chat it up. When I finish eating my breakfast, then I'll come back on the live because it's my understanding that some of you don't like to see people eat. I ain't got time for it. Um, Now I was gonna make this in the form of warship, but I wasn't sure how many characters I could get on the thing. But today's title for Mr. Dirty Delete is Dirty Delete Me from your subscriber list. Please and thank you. So this is in continuation of the discussion from yesterday. So, oh shit, I gotta go upstairs and get my notes because I wrote notes. I took notes after some events. You know what? Let me just sit here, eat my breakfast, and then I'll go get my notes and we'll come. So, for the next couple minutes while I'm eating my breakfast, I'll chill out with the chat and talk to the chat. So, this is a good time to chat if you've been here for a month with me. Anyway, I got time. Make it make sense for me. Because I got a lot of shit I have to do today. Good morning, Yvonne. Let me talk about somebody, though. Sakina. Yesterday, you shared my video. So today, I hope you're sharing this video as well. Since you took the liberty to share my video yesterday. Okay. Hey Satsuma, what are you eating for breakfast, Mo? Let me tell you. I got me an omelet and some potatoes. No, I did that purposely. Nothing like fucking with people around here. But that's what I got this morning. What do y'all call the potatoes? Hash browns? Hey Satsuma. Hey Karen. Yeah, I went to go get my notes because I was a little bit taken back from yesterday's discussion. It tastes good too. I almost hate the fact I came on a live before I ate the shit. But I don't have that much time this morning. So I needed to get something in my stomach before I deal with this shit. But let me go back to Sakina. So yesterday during the live, a couple of things happened that I'm not used to. During my live, Sakina shared my video. Now, there's a reason why I don't go into Sakina's chat room. And that's because, not because I dislike Sakina or anything, but the people that that participate with her, for the most part, I don't fuck with. Now we got some friendlies because there are some mutual content. Well, we got some mutual subscribers that I speak to on the telephone that I know support her, openly support her. Some of my biggest day ones support her channel 100%. So I don't, but I don't understand what the purpose of sharing the content was. So I guess it wasn't to share me, because you could share me this morning while I'm talking about other shit. You could share me any other time and you don't. So what was good about yesterday's conversation? Oh, yesterday's conversation involved 2 women or 4 women in total, but 2 at a time, or the panel had women having discussions, right? And aside from Karen and Miss Tawana talking over each other, it's apparent there that there's some history that I'm not really familiar with. What happened? Boom, 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 boom. Not really my problem. Sorry to say that. So they had their discussion. They were talking over each other. I just asked for some parameters to be crossed, right? When Still messaged me for the link, I sent him the link to the video, I sent him the link to the live, which I was gonna send the stream to him before I went live, but he popped up in the live, so I was good with that. Because had I thought I was going to be negative on somebody, I may have. No, let me just be 100 about some stuff. Keep it 100, like them views, right? Each person has a platform of their own where they could talk about whatever they want to talk about, however they want to talk about it. Some things are good, some things are bad, some things are indifferent. I always speak on events as I see fit. When I saw some other events on here going south, I chose not to speak on them, and I didn't. When I saw some events going north, so all the way up, I spoke on them. When I saw things going downhill, I chose not to speak on them. That's my personal preference. I could speak on whatever I choose to speak on, however I choose to speak on it, whenever I choose to speak on it. And if people want to classify that as Monica knows what she was doing, then fine. Monica knows what she's doing. It's called Mo Knows. Um, what I do know around here is that people love the controversy. They bask in it. What I did discover when I was live yesterday, that I should have watched all of Karen's video from yesterday, not just the part where I came in on at the end, but I needed to rewind and see from the beginning to feel the sentiment that I was feeling on the platform when people were talking. One of the most important things one can do when you have a platform and you have a panel is to be well informed about the situation. And that means anticipating what could be said, what's about to be said, so that you can have more control of the environment. So I didn't realize that Karen had in her video taken let me find the appropriate word for me, had taken such strong positions on what she saw occur. So I had no knowledge of that. This is no apologies, because I'm not making no apology. I'm not on no apology fest right here. I just think I realized, not with Tawana's appearance up here, but once Albany came up here and I listened to Albany, who such a lady, be a lady, in a ladylike manner, came up here and really defined her position. And it was conveyed in a way that you can understand how she felt, her thought process behind the actions that she took, her ownership of what happened on her platform and how she dealt with it. So you didn't hear women talking over women. So there was a great deal of respect, and you don't really get to see that around these parts of the woods. You see people going at people. So you know that there were good relationships there. And that's the bottom line. It was a real, in this day and age where some shit goes down terribly, there was some real respectable moments there. I cannot tell any grown woman how they should receive or speak to another woman. That's not my place. And that shouldn't be anybody else's place. But if people took time to listen to all the information, and if you became better listeners than you are talkers, you would be able to hear the issues and try to look for some resolve in the matter. And I don't think there was really, I honestly, let me go to my notes. Where's my notes on? Is what I wrote. I appreciate that Albany joined the panel and articulated her disappointment in a clear and concise way without drama. I think it was an effective communication, and I definitely understood every position that she took. Now, understanding somebody's position does not mean 100% that you agree with or disagree with um, the person says, it's having an understanding. And that's a good starting point. Um, and so that's where it lies. So now, no, I didn't watch any videos that were in furtherance of my video from yesterday. What does in furtherance mean? In furtherance means I put my video up here, I was doing whatever I was doing, and then in furtherance of that, copycats, cloud chasers, people who need content decided to take that video and make some content of their own from my video. Well, wait a second, Monica. Wasn't your video talking about somebody else's video? It absolutely was. My video that started this whole conversational moment was about my thoughts and experience with PayPal and why I will not participate in activities around here because of those strong beliefs that I have in those products, and my thoughts on how, if it's adding value or not adding value to me personally, and not wanting to spend any of my hard-earned money on strangers, nor ask strangers to spend or invest their hard money in me. Point blank. That's all I said. I'm not asking nobody for anything, and I'm not giving nobody anything other than whatever I come up here and put up on my platform. And I think that that is a fair exchange. Now, is it a sustainable model? Only time will tell. Do people agree with me? Maybe not, because a lot of people believe that these platforms are give and take. They are harmonious engagement and so on and so forth. I love myself enough. I don't need nobody else to love me. I have been loved to my fullest. I don't need nobody else to show me phony love. I don't need to gather it from people I'll never probably ever meet. That's such a hard thing to say, Momo, but it's the reality. Every time you try to get to know the people that are in the tube, it turns into a disaster. So why would you engage further? It doesn't behoove me. Now, I've read comments or opinions that people think that, I'm a loner and this is an opportunity to get out my shell. What did we hear yesterday? We heard people thought something similar to Karen. People thought, and this is my understanding of the conversations that I heard yesterday. Oh, Karen would embrace Karen was incorporated in a bigger project being developed for some type of reason, but was incorporated in a bigger project, a bigger goal, a bigger thing, and that she would, I guess, in essence, change. You've got to accept people for who they are. You can't hope that if I brought you into my life, it'll make you change to the person I think you should be. A person has to live with who they are. They have to live in their own truth. Even when you see much more talent in them, you still can't bring a horse to water. That's the saying. You can't make a person change into the person you want them to be or you would like them to be. It's never gonna happen, unfortunately. It's just not gonna happen. It's just not that way we are constructed. You have to take a person look at their strengths and their weaknesses and deal with what you can deal with. Nothing more and everything less. If you have a hard time dealing with that, you are developing relationships, we call them YouTube ships, for the wrong reasons. I think there has been tremendous growth in how I think that Karen has evolved in the time that she's shown you different sides of her on here. And she's willing to be a team player. She's willing to play in the sandbox. But I want to go back to that video where I was speaking on groupthink and being an independent thinker. And then there being, what did I call them? Group think soldiers. Remember my definitions that are mine. If you don't like them, you don't like the definitions I create over here, this is Monica's World, Momotown. And in Momotown, we get to pick how I see things. I don't got no professional book here. I'm not reading up on this. I'm going on my real life experiences. In that setup, look at the roles many of you play. Ask yourself, am I a group thinker? Was I doing group think? Was I an independent thinker? How did this play itself out? Now, I'm going to be really honest, brutally honest. And I know it might hurt some feelings, but I stand on, if you're in real time and some shit goes down poorly, you got to address that shit in real time. You can't be afraid of breaking people's spirit. But I've been there and I've done that. I remember once sitting on a platform or being on a platform or whatever, and somebody asking me, is so-and-so your friend? And me being like, well, oh, so you're not friends. People just pick. They pick and they pick and they pick for anything. They look for what you don't say to make it into an issue. So I just looked at and listened to what I heard on the platform and decided I needed to go back and listen to Karen's video in its entirety. And I did. And it gave me some insight into why Miss Tawana was saying the things she was saying from the video that she was sent and told to look at the 25-minute mark. So I first went to the 25-minute mark to see what was at 25 minutes in. But you know, and I see now what was at the 25-minute mark. And I see how if you just start the video at the 25-minute mark, you might think a certain kind of way. I started the video at like the 45-minute mark or towards the very end because I came off of a meeting and I saw that she was live. So I watched the very end of the video and didn't even realize it had that much. You know what? I don't even know what the fucking video is called. Good point, Momo. Ain't that some shit? Because everything be all in the name. Oh, it was just a regular video. Let's chop it up. Hashtag rich life. So it would just be a standard video that she would put out here. No buzzwords, no nothing. So that means that if you're not an avid watcher of hers, you wasn't over there watching it, right? Because you wasn't chopping it up. But when the conversation got choppy, y'all people started sending it out, sharing it. Go to 25 minutes in. Really? How about the 24 minutes before the 25 minutes? How about 19 minutes in or 18 minutes in? when you hear somebody saying, I hope this doesn't offend anybody, but this is how I feel about something. Are we saying to people that you're not allowed to have any feelings that go outside of, no, fuck that. Are we saying to people that you're not supposed to be a critical thinker here, that you're not supposed to have independent thought other than the group? Oh, no, I hope that's not what we're saying. Because everybody, as I see them, are independent thinkers. Unless you're just group think people, and you have to go by what the group think leader says, and then the group think soldiers come out and they tell you what you can and cannot do. Is that what we're saying? And you know, that therapist dude tried to tear that shit apart, because no matter what, I wasn't just doing lip service on this motherfucker. I was telling people the ins and outs of their behavior. And you got to change that. If you find yourself in a group think setting, you need to switch on to being an independent thinker. But there's always going to be think soldiers out here who are going to try to keep you in the line. That's not good. I thought we dealt with constructive criticism. I could understand somebody saying, you should have ran that by me first, out of abundance of respect that you know me, you talk to me, you have my number. Why the Louis Vuitton girl hit me up talking about she's been sick? She said, good morning, Mo. She'll be at work from 1 to 9 today. Oh, isn't that so nice? But I was just looking for a gift for somebody. It's not even for me. Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice. Oh, that's so sweet. Anyway, I will speak my piece in any situation, period. All right. Well, that's it. I gave some observations yesterday. And for anybody that made a video last night in furtherance of my video, right? Meaning that you're using me to eat. I will say this. I clearly specified in my video how I got to the conversation point I got to yesterday. I said I spoke to Nicola on the phone. I don't understand why there's a problem. I really don't understand why there's even a remote issue. Somebody sent me a link to a video that's entitled Dirty Delete. What the fuck is a Dirty Delete? And whose channel is that Dirty Delete channel? Enemies in plain sight. You got enemies in plain sight. And I'll talk about that later. Whose terminology is Dirty Delete supposed to be? Karen, do not give me no, today I don't want no chronological history of the Dirty Delete channel. I don't care where it originated. So please don't give me that information. Sometimes I ask the troll for an account. Today, I'm not interested. And you know why I'm not interested? Because I took a video and I didn't dirty delete. I did what Mo always does when there's controversy. I took it a notch up. I didn't delete the video. I didn't put the video on private. I put the video on members only. Are you a member? Members can see it. So far in Motown, Mo is the only member. So I get to see it all to myself. So it was clearly indicated that it was members only. So if you wanted to see it, all you had to do was become a member. You wanted to talk yesterday, and many of you became subscribers so that you could talk. And many of you popped up as subscribers who can talk because you was here more than 2 months. Because those were the caveats yesterday with being in the chat. So am I a dirty deleter? Because I took my video, my content, my efforts, and I put it in my members only station. And then you, Mr. Dirty Delete channel, or whatever fuck your name is, you decide to take that video and put it on your channel, playing it in almost, I'm not going to say its entirety, but playing what you felt best to play over there. So thank you to those that sent it to me. But, you know, at the end of the day, people just wanted to have a reason to play a video that wasn't available to play anymore. If you don't like the story I tell over here, and you don't like the way your character is depicted, you know what I'm going to say. Change the way your character acts in my story. So the person put the video up there. My understanding of dirty deleting is when people are up here engaging in content that is about other people, that is negative in nature. This is based on my experience and what I've seen. This is how I define dirty delete. If you got a different definition of it, drop it inside the comments so I could get a better understanding what goes on in the real world out there in your cyber world in terms of what is dirty deleting. But in my video, there was nothing that was, so let me just describe, it's used to describe content, a content creator who makes a video talking shit about another, or most common, doxing another, and subsequently deleting the video. It's generally, to me, a video that is aired during the late hours of the night. So let's evaluate. Yesterday was like 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because I went and picked my daughter up from the nail salon, and then I came back in here and I did my live. Yesterday was Wednesday. It's my West Coast Wednesdays. You can always expect something coming out towards the later part of the day because it's a West Coast day. It wasn't talking shit about no one. Not whatsoever. And there was no reason to even need to hide it at all. Unless you are me and I don't like to have the controversy out here. I could have easily, for views, that one could have easily made what? 1,000 views? If I was all about the views on the YouTube, I could have easily done that. That's not my goal around here. My goal is not to break down people for my own reward. No, I don't got time for that. I didn't know you turned on members only. I will join today. No, I didn't turn on members only. I just put the video over there. It's the second video around here that I put in members only. The first video is when the therapist came up here to defend him stealing my content, using me for his content. I put that in a members only location. It's easier for me to find it. And I still have, there's consequences behind this shit. Now this video got consequences. I can go over there and flag that channel and give it a strike for having my whole video up there. But the person was working in concert with the other content producer that went live last night to talk on it, but they needed the content. And if I have the content on members only, they can't view it. So somebody who's recording me and recording me up close too, it's kind of eerie. But anyway, someone who's recording me gave it to her. So, you know, when you hear Karen talking about all these networks and underground shit and stuff like that, I guess they do exist, because at the end of the day, they need to make you their content, or in this case, me their content, because it has been dormant on here because the rich life motherfuckers were living their rich life. And I don't mean to say motherfuckers like it's in the negative, but what I'm saying is that the people that were on the, you call it the demonstration, I'm gonna call it a campaign. The people on the Rich Life campaign have been living their richest life. You hear them talking about their gifts that they're getting, the gifts that they're giving, the things that they're engaged in, blah, 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 blah. Can you imagine? It's 8 days, 9 days into December, the ninth day of Christmas, my true love said to me. And people are miserable. They don't got no content unless it's talking about their. So what great achievement yesterday. But to think that people are over here fighting with each other and you can talk about that dispute. But what are you actually talking about? Which is what brought me to why did Sakina share the video? And I know that I realize that she may be at work because most of the time when I see her, she's in a car driving somewhere. So she might be at work on her way to work. But these are my allegations. She shared my video and I made a statement directed to her during the video. And the statement was, why are you sharing my video today? You need to share my future videos on the channel or don't share my shit at all. So I appreciate that she took down the video shortly thereafter. And I felt like her sharing my video was in a malicious intent because there would be no other rationale for sharing it. We wasn't over here sharing it out over here. And the reason why I was malice is because you don't share my video any other time. Now, I don't understand I don't understand the nature of it. Now, I've been warned, so I'm just going to take it lightly. There are folks who say, oh, don't pick no issues with her because you don't want no issues with her because she's not going to stop. I got that same Leo tendencies. Oops. If I do recall, I share a born date with Sakina. Yeah, I do. I vaguely recall that. So I think I understand the nature of the issues. But here is the issue in its shortest form. Did you play bingo, Sakina? No, it was a warning call to the other folks that are over there, like, go see what's going on over here. So I really didn't appreciate it. And it didn't get shared until Albany got on the platform. So if you wanted to share it, you could have shared it when Karen was having the discussion with Miss Tawana. So I am extremely and this is not my thing to be proud of, but I am extremely encouraged by the way the conversation went with the two ladies, Albany and Karen, in terms of how they conducted themselves discussing what was their issue. Let me ask you guys, on any side, can y'all do that? Can you respect the person enough to be able to outline to them what they did that you felt was wrong without having to bitch somebody, call somebody out of their fucking name, act like the fucking terror dome? Can you be classy in your worst moments? And you know what's so interesting about that shit is that if you looked at the image that some of us y'all wanted to tell some of us about some of the people here. You want us to believe that Karen has a husband that's cheating on her, that's got babies with white women, and blah, 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 blah. And he's waiting to commit her to an insane institution and waiting for the day when she erupts and he can go and commit her. Crazy. Then you want us to believe that Albany was running around here having sex with all the YouTube men, blah, 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 having kids and shit. So y'all just painted every negative picture you could of women who came up here and had an open discussion and were very classy and elegant about their positions. Can you do that? Can you be on that life? God damn it. Is that what being part of the rich life is? When you can look at your fellow brother or sister, man or woman, and say, I'm going to treat you how I want to be treated with an abundance of motherfucking respect. Interesting. Wonder what you talked about on your platform last night in terms of woman energy. Big bitch drawers is what I would call it, because that's what you saw up here. You saw some woman energy. You saw good discussion. My lives in the last couple of days are not in defense of KK. It's in defense of that energy that's out here. I can easily, if I so chose, and I don't know exactly what videos that you're relating to. So could you tell me which ones were defending KK? Satsuma? My video yesterday was in defense of my wallet and my positions here as to why I don't do things. And honestly, what it did to me yesterday was tell me what it is. I'm reading your comment. Your behaviors don't warrant it. I got videos out here with people telling me that, and please keep the comments in the chat directed specifically to me and not each other. So I can address Satsuma, who's addressing me and me alone, and just leave it like that. Because I think that since Karen's arrival to the chat room, there has been opposition from day ones that have been here that has been duly noted across the communities. The first thing people want to comment on over here is Karen came into Monica's room and everybody left. And I say, so be it. That's basically what I said. So if you're saying that my behaviors or my defense of Karen has to do with people inside my chat and how disrespectful my chat has become lately, I could take that on. Yesterday, there was abundance of disrespect in my chat. So let's talk about it. Because that's where this shit all arises from. It goes back in the days when people were in the chat making comments and y'all came inside here. So let's keep it real. Y'all came in here jiggy. Hi. I'm gonna use, shit. Now I'm gonna sound like all of y'all. Hi oranges, hi peaches, hi plums, hi yellows, hi blues, hi purples. But you left out avocado. The avocado was Karen. And then the avocado decided to be like, yo, What did that serve you? What purpose did that make? And I said, come on. We could be much more mature than that. You don't have to speak to the person. You don't even have to say hello, everybody. You don't have to say hello to anybody, because I got a video from 2018 that says what? It says, don't come in my chat doing all that hello shit. It's a distraction for me. So people want to go back to a time and make a video, right? This is shit that drives me insane. Oh, girl over there, and that's how they talk, right? Oh, girl over there made an audio with Monica, made a fool out of her, whatever. But Monica still was rocking with her. I don't understand why Monica still rocked with her. You know who old girl is? Old girl was Nikkei. Nikkei and Karen get into an argument. They making videos on the other side of town. Oh, girl, Mo let them go at it, blah, 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 blah. They're grown-ass women. What am I supposed to say? I thought maybe the shit would fizzle out and it'll go away. Oh, she let Karen come over here. Now, this is the shit 8 months later. She let Karen come in and chase away her day ones. But these were the same people telling me that Nikkei was not a person to be around because she made the audio, and they couldn't understand why I forgave her for the audio, or why the audio wasn't an issue to me. So how do y'all want it? Which way do y'all want to slice this? Miss G is in here one day, and Miss G says, what did she say? She said, take my wrench. She said, I don't want you defending me, Monica. Take my wrench. I took her wrench. Next thing you know, everybody's like, oh, she took her wrench. She did. Did you not hear the woman say, take my wrench? Did you not hear me come back and say I took everybody's wrench, and then I thought about it, and I only kept content creators who don't have no issues and can cover their own if an issue should arise? So I went back and I put Beach, Yvonne, and Gears as the moderators, with no expectation that they'll be here 24/7, blah, 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 with that one expectation that if some shit hit the fan, I don't have to worry about them becoming other people's content to the degree that it'll hurt them. I was concerned for having moderators like Miss G, Yvonne, and Andre Kitchen, because I know they travel in other places, and I don't want them defending me or the likes of me over in other spaces. So if you ask me, I did that out of an abundance of caution for who they were to me, or the platform in its entirety. So, but I don't owe anybody an explanation behind my thought process, but I share it with you openly because we've been here for a long time. Hey, Satsuma, remember when I gave you a wrench and you was like, oh, take me out of being blue. I don't want to be blue over here. I didn't take it that you don't want to be blue over here because you don't watch my content. You don't want to fuck with me. I took it just what I just said about the other people, not wanting to be identified as being part of Mo's team. And I don't have a fucking team. I'm a one-woman show, period. I seldom now have conversations with the influencers because YouTube got this whole thing about influencers. People made whole notions about what my influencers were doing and who they were and what it stood like. I had this one argument with this bitch who called me on the phone, and she said, one of the influencers said, I said, oh, you know what? Fuck that. If people are running around here identifying the people in my chat as being the influencers that sent them some shit, fuck that. I'll take that away. So nobody be calling me on the phone talking about one of them influencers sent me some shit. Well, I don't believe none of that shit. That's just crazy. I don't even, honestly, I didn't believe when she said that shit. I was hoping she had a heart attack and died. That's exactly how I felt when I got off the phone. I was like, bitch, I hope you have a heart attack and die. Because I don't believe anybody would have done some shit like that, especially with the likes of you. Who the fuck is you, basically? So then people say, Monica, when you talk and you don't reveal the person's name who called you, I don't know, wait for them to put out a video. Then they'll tell you they was on the phone with me and they did whatever they did. Or you might not never see that video, because remember the last time I told you motherfuckers was on the video with me, was on the phone with me. They made videos trying to act like they was never talking to me. And then their whole man had to expose that they was talking to me. I can't help it that people are afraid of some of you guys. But I'm afraid of no one, and y'all should be fearless, your damn selves. But y'all don't know how to be that way. I can't help that. I really can't help you with that. Anything else that's along the lines of defending anybody? Because the last time I checked a few of my videos, right? I think I went through my recent videos have all been about my content. I talked about court cases, gave updates, discussions. So where was this about this community? So is it selectively the videos that people are tuning into are only those that involve any other member in the YouTube space? How many times has people come into my room and they have injected in the chat what they're doing on their channel? So we would call that promoting what they're doing in their world, right? What's going on? Oh, Monica, wait till you see my latest release on this. Oh, Monica, look at this. I'm not upset with that. I just be like, let's stick to the topic. Let's stay focused now. Hey, Miss Natural New Orleans. So just interesting. What have you listened to lately? So, oh, too many old instances to give an example. Monday morning quarterback. Monday morning quarterback. Is the school administration at fault? Did Cameron do something in the school administration? Or was that not a story about an active shooter whose parents got arrested because they bought their son a gun? And right now, some folks are not happy with the decisions that parents are making when it comes down to gun security. Let me see. The one before that, 7 days ago, taser trial. Day one of jury selection. Was Karen tasing somebody around here? Taser. Two Thoughts Tuesday. Taser cop trial begins today. Most thoughts. Unboxing my Louis Vuitton. Monday morning quarterbacking, the corner. What was the corner? Think I was talking about Karen there? No, I was talking about the channels that was in my room yesterday having a distraction with their corner type shit. Let's talk about that. Why am I in the room and Unc Fed is in here. Whoever's operating the Unc Fed channel, he says it's Unc Fed, so I'm going with that. Is in here arguing with John Frank. So now I have to pull the logs on the chat so I could see how that started before I can even comment on that, if I so choose to comment on it. But I don't understand why anybody would be in my chat room. Because see, I own this chat, right? Y'all can type whatever y'all want to type, but there are parameters when you come in here. So to be talking about the narratives y'all have with Unks Feds people, chopper this and chop, why are we chopping over here? Since when do we do that crosstalk over here? That was weird to me. And it was annoying as fuck to me. If you ask me like what was the I couldn't even if you asked me why I was mad at the end of the live, that's why I was mad yesterday at the end of the live. And that's why I ended the live when I ended the live, because I was pissed at that direction. Period. End of story. Everybody should know that about me. I don't got nothing to do with that narrative, that directive, any of that stuff. So why would that be over here? Petty pain and suffering. Hashtag no life. Human rights. Malcolm X. The McMichaels et al., that's their trial. No justice, no peace. Was justice served in the Rittenhouse verdict? Status updates on the Rittenhouse case. Two thoughts on a Thursday, not a Tuesday. Professional protesters case. Another unboxing. Sunday Fun Day. Now, this might be about something in the neighborhood. What never land were you folks discharged from? Because some crazy shit does happen around here. Another two thoughts on a Thursday. Could Rittenhouse get a mistrial? Social responsibility and professional protesters. Mo versus the free app team. That's the only other video that is in members only. So since there's too many instances, that takes me back 1 month. Intellectual property. Pop-up equals superimpose. Sarcasm, the lowest form of wit. If you don't agree with me, that's fine, Mo. No, it's not that. It's not sarcasm. It's asking you where it is. What are you looking for? What are you saying? Because I'm giving you my thoughts, Mo's thoughts on the things that happen around here. Simple, quite simple. I don't always agree with everything that's written inside the chat. I don't discourage folks from disagreeing with me either. I actually I like that engagement if it's meaningful dialogue. I learn, I grow from it. I don't have problems with speech that is in opposition of my thoughts. But on here, there has been actions taken that has made other people make content of it, and I have no control of that. All I can be in control of is what I do over here and how I do it. Um, I just my observation is that when you do lives on the community, not your general content. A lot of times, though, Satsuma, let's just be honest, and this is everywhere we go on in these platforms. When you're doing lives on your content, right, whatever your purpose for being here is, and it wasn't talking about these other people on here, many people are not here for that. So if you only tune in for the discussions that are about the community, then you can say, "Oh, I only hear you talking about the community." But when I can go through and say, "No, in the past month, I've been focused on or trying to refocus on the cases. They're prevalent. They're here. There's one bouncing right off the other one. Rittenhouse, Rittenhouse, Ahmaud Arbery, and now this cop, this taser cop, all behind one another. Ain't got time for other people's. Ain't got time for other stuff. I came up here. Just put your mindset. It's upstairs, but put your mindset in. I came up here on a live, excited about purchasing me a planner cover. And it became like one of the worst fucking things I could have done up here. I didn't ask nobody for their money to fund my luxury. I did it myself. I thought people would be happy, like to see it or whatever it is. But it was scrutinized. Rightfully or wrongfully so. People went to go tell me I bought fake shit and all kinds of other shit. I didn't debate with them. They're entitled to their own opinion, but they're not entitled to make up the facts. I don't need anybody's endorsement of me because I don't ask nothing of anyone. I'm just at a point in my life where I could be self-sufficient. And if being self-sufficient means on my own, I could do that too. There's not a problem in my area. I don't need to come online to have a midlife crisis and need a online love affair or whatever to make me complete. Shit is not that miserable. It really isn't. It really is not. And I'm sorry that so many people are going through that misery, that you need to have other people to, like, you need to feel like other people got to be miserable so you're not alone in your misery. I'm sorry for that. One thing, I was talking to Nicola yesterday. She says, "Oh, that's just a YouTube and something." I spoke to Nicola only yesterday morning before any videos that I made yesterday. So none of our conversation has anything so far to do with any video I made yesterday because I have not spoken to her since that time. But I said to her, "You make me so frustrated when you just choke it up to like, that's a YouTube experience." No, this is life experience in a social environment called the internet. These are the things that happen in a social environment on the internet. I was, and I guess that Suma's comments in the chat this morning aligned with um, people speaking on my intentions or people speaking about what they believe I did something in response to. Ask me. I'll give you an honest answer. I come in here and I can convey to you, if I watch the video, I will tell you from the start of the video to the end of the video, my perspective on it without there being no problem. I will tell you that. I will be honest with you. I can walk you through a video and say out loud without you ever even seeing the video. And if you've seen the video and you're listening to my account of the video, you can either say, yeah, that's what happened. No, she didn't get that right. Or without ever showing you somebody else's video. I don't never come up here and play somebody else's video. You know why? Because I don't want to incorporate them into my content. I could just speak on it. Why can't other people around here do this? They need something else to host the conversation. And that's it. I in the last week I had some good times around here. But I actually was on a panel in this place, speaking to people, talking about food and just having a good time. Something I hadn't had in a long time up here, just on my own accord. You just can never feel too comfortable in that. Because now my question is, based on what I've seen happen to Karen, is somebody trying to change me? Am I going to be prohibited from speaking my truth just because I say hi or I am kind to other people? Is that supposed to curtail me from telling it how it is for me? That's very discouraging. Those are the things I thought about last night when I got off the live. I was like, do I lose my independence just because I wanted to say hi to folks and laugh with folks? Do I lose my independence? Because is that a segue into Mo is never going to tell you anything negative about me now. She's not going to say anything negative because she wants to be down. I've been on here way too long as an outcast, as an outsider, to now want to belong to something. Just way too long. Just way too long. I saw the video the other day, Runaway Jury. Shout out to those who participated. But and it really it's one of my favorite movies. It's all around the legal stuff and the suspense of a jury and stuff like that. So it really set the tone for where I was going. And I'm just going to keep in those directions. And I spoke to other people because other content was dropping around here that was negative towards me on other levels, and I just chose to ignore it. But what more could you do? I don't know. Any more comments, concerns inside the chat before I end this? Who's on this panel? The last time I was on a platform talking about somebody, it was this dude playing my video on his platform. It's just so unfortunate. The title of the video is a great suggestion for people who don't appreciate me. The title of the video captures just how I feel about things. So let me just reiterate again. Dirty, delete me from your subscriber list, please and thank you. And then we don't have to cross paths anymore. That's just it. But again, I say thank you to those that shared the link with me, because I'm not against you for sharing the link. It's always good to know what people are thinking. Because when they stop talking about you, that's when there's going to be a problem for you. That's it. As long as they continue to talk about you, that's it. Now, do I think it's healthy to be putting out? There's a lot. Let me just say, like, it's a lot of things I see on here that I do not agree with. And I privately share those where I can or where I should. And then there's other stuff that I just openly say as I see fit because I can. And if you don't like it, hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. It's simple. This is an at-will relationship. You don't have to be here. It's your will to go elsewhere. Just like it's my will not to watch the shit I don't want to watch. But I get things every now and again, and I comment on things and I see things. But that's just absolutely bizarre. A lot of things were just bizarre yesterday. So I'll have to reflect on them deeper. I actually took, and I'm gonna print it out. My damn thing said it was 42 pages. The chat yesterday was 42 pages. I can't fucking believe that. I'm gonna have to put it on another font. I changed the font. I got it down to 20 pages. The chat is 20 pages. Oh, can I see the deleted message on this? Hold up. Oh no, it don't hyperlink to the deleted message. I was just about to say. Damn, Nightbot, I'm gonna have to keep that chat up because I want to see what I had people in my room that don't even fucking let me see when these motherfuckers came in here if they even said hello to me. Cause I had a whole fucking intruder here. Let me hold up. Let me just take a moment because I was a little bit busy yesterday. Let me just take a moment to look into that and see if a person came in here and even said hello to me. Okay, at least I wasn't disrespected. People that come in here and say hello. I was just about to say, because some of these conversations was a little bit heated. Oh, I just oh wow. Oh wow. Hmm. I didn't look and that list. I'm gonna have to do all of these. Hmm. Oh, wait a second. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Am I missing somebody that was talking to John? I'm gonna have to have a conversation with John. I'm in the chat chatting. Take care of my son as you should. Taking care of my son as you should. Mm, very interesting. Yeah, the race stuff ain't got no place in my this white and black thing. I'm gonna say it one more time. And I don't know the definition of colorism to include white folks. I'm just gonna be 100. But maybe somebody will tell me differently because I don't know. But where I come from, when people use the terminology colorism, it is between black folks mistreating other black folks because they're lighter skin, darker skin. The prejudice can come on either spectrum. You could be way too dark and get the colorism aspect of it, or you could be way too fair skinned and get the colorism aspect of things. I never heard of it outside of being a black person's dispute. So if I'm wrong on that and you've got some information to lead me in a different direction, please do drop it in the comments below. It'll just be some information for me to ponder because I never knew it to be anything other than that. It's colorism is not to, to my understanding of the terminology and how I use it over here, right? Because there could be all kinds of shit. I can only talk about how I use it over here. Has to do with being a light skinned woman of color, being ostracized by darker skinned women of color and men of color. And finding yourself embroiled in conflict just because of how you look when you enter the room. Not anything have to do with what you say. It just has to do with your whole look. It's my understanding, and I did not see it for myself, that people made videos around here that y'all was so interested to watch, talking about my ethnicity, having whole lives devoted to my ethnicity. I don't even have whole lives devoted to my ethnicity. So why would you? No content given, motherfuckers. So at the end of the day, that's colorism as I know it. Now, if you know it to be something else, that's it. Well, I have no idea where anybody is or was, but that's how I see colorism. You gotta be down with people. Okay, I thought that was my understanding of it. I had no idea that it meant anything else until I've heard people recently say stuff, and I'm like, that's not my understanding of what this stuff means. So I'm always surprised when people come using stuff for their own purposes. And that's about it. I guess you didn't want nobody to see what you had to say about some other people. Um, Afraid to stand on one's own 10 toes around here. Again, another example of groupthink. Another example of groupthink. Anyway, I'm gonna skedaddle, go log in, do some work. I got some things to do for today. And I'll catch you people on the back end of some shit. I did take notes on the trial, and I will discuss um them tomorrow, uh based on what happened in court yesterday and what happens in court today. I really don't like listening to opening statements. Ugh. But I listened to the opening statements in this case. I listened to the opening statements in the case of whatever this officer involved shooting. Um, and that's it. So more to come on that. Anyway, this is Mo, and I've got to go.